anything under the sun. You can ask me whatever you want to ask. No, no questions are bad. Everything is open under the sun. Every topic is open for discussion. So whatever you want to ask, you can ask me. Preferably, I'd be happy if you have any questions about matriarchy. But of course, you can ask about anything that interests you. And I'll be reading. Potter Fam 4978. Hi, I'm here. I'm here. I'm waiting for you. Somebody to ask me questions about matriarchy. Hi. Hi, Potter Fam. Is it you? I'll show you my face in a better camera. Hi, Potter Fam. That's me, Mohan Ram Kumar. That's me. I'm matriarchy missionary Mohan. Potter Fam, are you there? Hi, Potter Fam. I'm Mohan here. I'm here. You have any question about matriarchy? You have any question about matriarchy? I'm here. I'm happy to answer you. Yes, thank you. Thank you. So, you have any questions about matriarchy? Now, obviously, now. So, I'm basically a matriarchy missionary. I believe the future of the human society, human race is in matriarchy. So that's the reason I have begun this channel for people to ask me questions about matriarchy. I'll be trying to explain to them what it is about, how to bring about matriarchy in the world. It's a very, really, really tough uphill task. Jackie610 says, shh, why do you want to silence me? You're silencing matriarchy. That's not fair. That's not right. You should not be silencing matriarchy. 67. Yes. Thank you, Potter fam. Don't silence matriarchy. Men are very rarely into matriarchy. They hate matriarchy like anything. No man on earth wants matriarchy to come into being. Mm. And yeah, it's very unusual. People have to have some very, very, very rare. In all my life, I have seen like 4 or 5 men who want matriarchy come into being on earth. So, what is 67.67? Is it 67 or 67 or what is that? Spotify, and thank you. I'm happy for you. If you have any question, kindly you can ask me, or you want me to draw on about matriarchy. I really I need questions actually, basically. Unless somebody asks some kind of questions, I find it difficult to speak. So you have to ask me about questions about what is ish? Okay, whatever, Jackie, whatever you are trying to say, I have no idea what you're trying to say. Jackie, or it is Jackie, or I think it's like Jackie only. That's Jackie only, I guess. Potter fam, thank you for standing up for me. But anyway, internet is full of people like that. Jackie wants to silence me. Jackie wants to silence matriarchy. That's how people are. Anyway, I'll wear my glasses so that I'll be able to see the better. I'm sorry about the camera. Actually, I'm not actually sorry, to be frank. I'm not interested in showing my face. That's not the purpose of. Shut up. Oh, Jakey, that's not right. Unfortunately, you're crossing the bounds. I'm going to have to block you. I'm very sorry, Jakey. I am hiding you. Redemption 89. Hello, hello, Redemption. I'm here. Hi, Redemption. Redemption 89. I'm here. You have any question about matriarchy? Stop Jamie. Okay. I think Potterfam 4978. I have hidden the user J key. I would not like to do that, but unfortunately, sometimes we have to do when people become interruptive. I believe in absolute free speech. I believe in people behave talking what they would like to talk, but unfortunately, it doesn't mean that you cross the boundaries of decency and decorum. No. If we have to carry on a civilized conversation, then okay, I will subscribe. Oh, thank you, Redemption 89. Exactly. It's okay if you subscribe, but I wouldn't like. I would rather like you ask me some questions rather than liking or whatever. I want questions. I want people to try to understand matriarchy, and I'm here to explain. I'm here to discuss, actually debate basically. Not subbed and liked. Potter fam, thank you for Potter fam. So I'm basically here. I've been a proponent of matriarchy for something like 20 years, but India is a very backward country. We are very patriarchal. So I'm here from in India. Oh, okay, okay. That's thank you, thank you, Potiphar. So I guess obviously America or even the West is also very quite patriarchal, and misogyny is on the rise. There are so many men who are redemption. What's your favorite color? My favorite color is green, basically. I like green. My heart bleeds when I see brown color earth or any other color. I want the whole of the earth to be filled with green. Green is what I would like. But right now, actually, I'm wearing a quite a maroon shirt that was chosen by my mother. So purple, oh, beautiful. Redemption, that's a beautiful color. Yes, purple is also a very beautiful color. So I've just asked my friend. Have you seen Zootopia 2? My favorite. Nice, thank you. Have you seen Zootopia 2? So, yeah, Patterform has seen. Unfortunately, if you're asking me Redemption, I haven't seen Zootopia. No, very rare. I watch movies only very rarely. Most of the movies irritate me. I couldn't watch Lion King because it has such a patriarchal message. It's patriarchy through and through. But it's a male lion ruling ultimately. It's all kind of Okay, Potter fam is was about to ask. Ravinder Sekon 2015 says hello. Hi Ravinder Sekon. Ravinder Sekon, I think you speak Hindi or English. रविंद्र शेखर आप हिंदी बोलते हैं पॉटर फैम डू यू लाइव अलोन no sometimes I do live with friends you can join me on live would you like to join me live if you would like to join me on live you can send a mail to the this handle. Actually, my mail ID is also the same, matriarchymohan@gmail.com. The name of the channel is also the mail ID. So you can send me a hi on the mail ID. I'll send you a link so that you can join me live altogether. Hindi or Punjabi. Redemption. Christmas. Yes. I celebrated Christmas in three or four churches in South India. I went to one church of South India. I went to a Saint Thomas church and then one Assumption church. So went there and heard three different kinds of masses. Merry Christmas. Hi. No, no. I want my camera to be blurred. I'm very I'm very sorry about it, but I simply my face doesn't matter. It's okay if you can if you're looking at a blurred image. No, let it be blurred. Who faces don't matter to me. It's the minds that matter. Uh, Only mind matters. Faces shouldn't be mattering. यू आर पंजाबी वीर जी नो नहीं जी मैं थोड़ा थोड़ा हिंदी जानता हूँ रविंदर जी मैं थोड़ा थोड़ा हिंदी जानता हूँ मैं तमिलनाडु से हूँ तमिलनाडु से हूँ चेन्नई वाला हूँ लाए your glasses foggy yes my glasses are also foggy my mind is also foggy that's a beautiful thing to say you have made me say something quite nice my mind is also foggy I have made a shot of it. Stop being nice. Okay, thank you. I'm basically a nice guy. I have right. रविंदर जी और पंजाब मैं 6 महीने पहले पंजाब में आया था पठानकोट में था भिवांडी और सोलान और कहाँ कहाँ गया पंजाब में बहुत खूब जगह घूमा था 6 महीने पहले जून महीने में मैं पंजाब में था Potter fam, what's your favorite food? Okay, my favorite food is basically Indian food. My mother's cooking. My mother cooks something called rice and dal. Basically, we eat dal in South India. So dal is my most favorite food. Of course, I like some Western foods also. I'm a fan of pizza and not exactly into burger, but I'm a fan of pizza. I'm a vegan totally, so I don't take any ice creams or any such thing. I drink soya milk. And what else? What else? What kind of food I like? I'm a complete vegan, so basically vegan options are very limited. So and I like basically South Indian food. What is the matter with you? Oh, nothing matter, my lord. रविंदर शेखोन जी कोई भी बात नहीं आप क्यों नाराज हो रहे हैं What is the matter with you? Is a very. What's your favorite show? Show. I basically don't watch shows. I watch only movies. I want something to end in a short while. Like if you ask me what do I watch on television, if I can say I watch Discovery Channel once in a while. Uh, okay, what is your favorite? My favorite movie. Of late, I have become a fan of a movie called August Osage County. It's a basically a Broadway play by Tracy Letts, which has been converted into a movie. Wells, I guess it's John Wells or something, has made a beautiful movie, August Osage County. Okay, we'll enjoy your life. Bye. Bye, Ravinder Shekhar. I'm sad to see you go, but anyway, take care. Bye. Bye, Ravinder Shekhar. So my favorite movie is off late. The first time I watched this movie is like 6 months back, and of late I've been watching the movie once every few days, like once 3 days or 4 days. I sit and watch the movie again and again and again. It's such a beautiful picture of. Okay, I think you have to watch the movie. Then we can discuss the movie. Redemption got to go. Bye Redemption. No problem. Take care. What is your favorite animal? Okay, my favorite animal is basically this might look like it's bonobo. Bonobos are the matriarchal or matrilineal counterpart of chimpanzees. They live in the same Congo forest as chimpanzees, but while chimpanzees are patriarchal, bonobos are matriarchal. So my favorite that's my favorite primate. If you ask me other animals, like I like meerkats. They look so human. I adore them. I watch meerkats documentaries about meerkats every time that's there. And what are the I like the beavers, the dams they build. It's also beautiful. And what are the of course I like hyenas and elephants. Hyenas, most people who don't like hyenas, but I like hyenas because they are matriarchal animals. Okay, and elephants also. And I like basically I like rats also. That's actually unusual for somebody to be liking rat. I know that, but I like rats basically. Part of I'm divorced basically. I was married once, but right now I'm single. I'm divorced. So, so I'm basically divorced. That's sad. Oh, that's okay. My wife, she's there in the United States. She's happy there. She likes it there. She likes America very much. But I have to be in India to take care of my mom. So we had to separate during COVID, unfortunately. COVID damaged several lives. One was mine also. So she's there in the US, somewhere near Chicago, and I'm here in India. And due to during COVID times, she couldn't come here, and I couldn't go there, and we separated. Oh, I guessed so. I thought so. Probably, I also I suspected that probably you're from United States. So the word matriarchy excites people from United States because it's only one of the rare places where liberty is still living. Of course, it's getting on to difficult times in recent times, becoming difficult. This is the impression I gather from my friends, from people who tell me from how it's there in US. I'm in Florida. Oh, that's cute. My brother-in-law is there in Florida. Basically, I don't know what was the Miami. He's in Miami. My niece will be going to Florida, and she'll be flying over there in 3 months' time, I think. Trump has made visas difficult for Indians, so she's waiting for some kind of confirmation from her company. So my niece will be there in Florida. So. Oh, because of my grandpa and grandma. Oh, that's great. That's great. Oh, okay, 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 okay. You have come to visit your grandparents, right? You live in Louisiana. 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 Louisiana is also part of the South. That's the impression I have. And yes, it's next to Texas, if I'm not wrong. No, no problem. It's next to Texas. So, what makes you, are you interested in matriarchy? What made you curious about? I think my handle might have made you curious. I don't know what made you curious about me. So, if you can share some ideas about matriarchy, I'll be happy to hear about them. What do I know about Louisiana? I'm thinking I'm not able to recollect much. It was part of Louisiana Purchase or something like that was part of the history of United States, I guess. Louisiana was purchased from France or was it Spain? I'm trying to recollect. You don't know what it is. Are you serious? You mean you ask about matriarchy? You're saying about matriarchy. How old are you, by the way? I'm sorry for asking this question, but I'd just like to know how I can explain. So, if I know your age, I'd be able to know how to explain. Like, if you are a 10-year-old, I'd be explaining it in a different way. If you're 20, I would be explaining it in a different way. If you're 50, I'd be explaining it in a different way. Yeah, I learned that. Yeah, yeah. So Louisiana Purchase. So you don't have to specify the exact age. You can say you're in your 20s or you're in your 30s or you're in 40s, something like that. Vague. In the eighth. What is that? What do you mean in the eighth? Do you mean you're in school in the eighth grade or something? Or in your eighth decade? What? How am I to take that? In the eighth year, or is it eighth grade or something? Or mm, hey all, Whitney Abrina from wherever. Okay. Hi Whitney Abrina, I'm here. Waiting for somebody to question me about matriarchy. I'm a matriarchy missionary basically. I try to explain matriarchy to people. Whitney Abrina, are you interested in matriarchy? And Safira FT, so I have something. Safira says hi. Hi, Safira. Safira, and then so many letters. CFTY, GS, GD, JHN, GVSN, HH, GF4159. That's heck of a name. That's heck of a handle to create in YouTube. What kind of a handle is that? I guess your name is Safira and I shall stay with it. Whitney, what is that? You are the head of your household because you are the man? No, my mother is the head of my household. I am not the head of the household. In matriarchy, men hold subordinate positions. They have to. My mother is the head of my household, of our household. Yes. My mother is the head of the household, and my house and my farmland and all my property will be inherited by my sisters. That's matriarchy. What do you do to earn money? Pintu. Pintu asks, what do you do? I'm part of I work in media. There is this channel called part of Disney. Actually, Disney has bought our channel. It's called Vijay TV in Tamil, a local vernacular language, South Indian language, Tamil. I work in that television channel. If you can type, yes. I work in a television. So it's intergeneration. What is your name? My name is Mohan Nugula. Mohan. Matriarchy, Mohan, you have matriarchy. And then my surname is Nugula. Nugula. So is your family and international? Yes, I have tried to convert my family into a matriarchal family. Of course, I come from a very patriarchal background, but because of my interest in matriarchy, because I believe matriarchy is the right kind of society for human beings, I have converted my family. I have tried my best to convert my family to matriarchy. So I have brought my sisters to live with us. So my mother, my elder sister, and my younger sister, we all live together with their children. So that's matriarchy. That's matrilineal. That's helpful to combat loneliness. Oh, no, not at all. We are not lonely. Yes, one purpose of matriarchy is to eliminate loneliness. Yes. Has a question. I have never been to South India. Please tell me some good places to visit. Potterfam has to go. Potterfam, you can go. You may go. Sorry, you may go. Thank you. Thank you for being part of the discussion. Kindly look up about matriarchy, and if you have any questions next time around, please ask me something. We'll have a conversation about matriarchy. Whitney, also fun for the couples to grow up. Yes, yes, yes. When I wrote something that it's actually embarrassing to say that right now, but I used to call it Matriarchy Manifesto. I wrote something called Matriarchy Manifesto when I was 19. So right now I'm 47. So I wrote this track or pamphlet or whatever you can call, called Matriarchy Manifesto, and ever since then, and the and your mom to not feel left out. Yes, 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 yes. My mom should not feel left out, and she's now very happy. Her daughters are here. In Indian system, they would have lived in their in-laws' house. That's how it was before I took things into my hands and I made them come over. It was a very uphill task. It was very difficult trying convincing my brother-in-laws, brothers-in-law, and their families about why my sisters have to live with my mom. But I tried hard and it happened. I think there is a lot of depression in the Western world due to how families are so separated. Yes, it's happening here in India also. India also, the families are getting disintegrating. We used to be a kind of a quasi matriarchal society. South India was. We come from a particular type of people called Dravidian people. So the Dravidian people were matrilineal until they were converted into patriarchy by Aryans, basically, by Brahmins. Yeah, until then, if you have heard about this place called Kerala in India, their matrilineage survived into very recent times, up until the late of the up till even now, there are a lot of places in Kerala where matriarchy is still there. And in the Philippines, families are intergenerational. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, in Philippines, and there are people called Mozuo people in China who are matrilineal. Actually, there are not many people who are matriarchal. Basically, actually, Mozuo people are truly matriarchal. There are other people whom anthropologists call as matrilineal. Matrilineal people are there are people matrilineal people in Kerala and in India, South India, and in one another state in India, there is a place called Meghalaya. There also matrilineal is there. Okay, so and there is a place called in Western Sumatra also. There are people called Minangkabau. They are also matrilineal people. And obviously, Native Americans are mostly matrilineal people. And some African tribes are also matrilineal. That's the history in brief about matrilineal and matriarchy. Basically, I don't think there's any matriarchal society, truly matriarchal society in the world. Basically, there are matrilineal societies where I think matrilineal is one way for bringing about matriarchy. So that's it. And you are right. Yes, the primary purpose of matriarchy is to eliminate loneliness, is to make human beings are basically social, but unfortunately, of course, we it's a good thing that people make friends in workplaces. People have all kinds. Everyone can have all kinds of relationships with everybody around, but it's good if you are living with your closest relatives, especially your matrilineal mother family. All the children born into a family, into a matrilineage or matrilineage, should be living together. Cousins, brothers, sisters, and uncles, nephews, and grand aunts, grand aunts, and everybody living together is a very beautiful. It's a very beautiful society, basically. So, and Whitney Abrina, may I know where you're from? But if I know where you're from, I'd be able to tell you where you can try to learn about matriarchy. Uh, in the Americas, the Native American people are part of they have a matrilineal social structure. Not all tribes, but I heard Iroquois and Cheyenne and some tribes like that. In India, there are lots of matrilineal people. India is one of the oldest matrilineal societies in the world. You are in America. Yes, good. So, matrilineal, there are several women who are part of Native American women, obviously modern American women also, Caucasian women also part of the matrilineal groups, and there's a modern slightly. So I grew up without a father, my mother. Oh, my daughter's father is dead. Sad to hear. I'm very sorry for you. Grew up without a father. Mother is dead, and daughter's father is dead. I'm very sorry to hear that, Whitney. I'm very sorry. I don't know whether I can call you by your first name. Your first name is, I guess, your first name is Whitney, or is it Abrina? Is it Abrina Whitney or Whitney Abrina? So I'm sorry to hear that, Miss Abrina. Oh, that's cute. You have a lot of. Okay. Hi. You have a lot of different blood in you. Native American, Norwegian, German, Irish. That's cute. All people, all human beings have been were living in matriarchal societies in prehistory, basically. The Indo-European people converted to patriarchy, like let's say some 40 or 50K years back. And my people, like Dravidian people, the racial group to which I belong, they converted to matriarchy roughly 1,000 years ago. So it's only the difference in time when somebody got converted to patriarchy. We were all part of one huge matriarchal family. So you have Native American blood in you. That's cute. I think You should try to go and explore the matrilineal aspects of Native American society. Um, your daughter is 23% Nigerian. That's cute. How do you assay that? Is it by genetic analysis, or how does that come about? 23% is like, it's a specific figure, not like approximation of 25%. Is it? So that's, so there are a lot of there is this, of course, it's not formally, properly registered or anything. There is no formal matriarchal society anywhere in the world. It's a very difficult. She got the thing on Amazon. Okay, what is that? I'm not able to get you. What do you mean by she got the thing on Amazon? What's that about? I'm not able to follow you. I'm very sorry. Hang on, I'll see what it's called. Okay. What it's called. Ancestry DNA. Okay, ancestral DNA. Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, there are a lot of websites that try to trace people's DNA and try to find out how much they have. Has she had her genetics analyzed, her DNA assessed by proper lab, or is it just by entering some information about your ancestors and you get a result? Is it like that? Okay, swab of, you send in your saliva, a swab of DNA, right? They send back your ancestry. Yeah, yes, that's happening here also. So you have told me about your ancestry. Let me tell you something about my ancestry. I'm also a very mixed up guy. I have Mongoloid genes. I have Caucasian genes in me. I have Dravidian genes in me. I have Proto-Australoid genes in me. And I have Negritoid genes also in me. So I'm part African, part Mongoloid, part Caucasian, mix of everything. I guess we are in human beings on earth are practically a mix of everything. How much of each percentage of which group you belong to? Yes, yes, yes. Okay, that's great. Great. Ancestral DNA. We belong to all parts of the earth, I believe. I believe everybody belongs to every other part. Darwin's evolutionary theory says that we all emigrated out of Africa. Anyway, that's the consensus right now, that we all emigrated out of Africa roughly a couple of 100,000 years ago. So we are all brothers and sisters, part of the same genetic continuum. Although we live in different portions of Earth, we live in different parts, and we are slightly changed. Skin colors might change. We might have slight differences, but that doesn't matter. We are all part of the same species, part of the same DNA. Mongoloid is this is a traditional classification. Basically, it's a old genetic classification. It's actually a racial classification where the human races were divided into 5 or 6 different types, like Caucasoid, Australoid, Mongoloid, Negritoid, and one other thing I forget which. It was old classification, earlier classification. I still use that classification because it's easier to define phenotype. I don't basically, yeah, I'm basically try to understand human genetics through phenotype. Phenotype means your facial structure, like that, things like that. Um, the kind of nose you have, the kind of eyes you have, the kind of cheekbones you have, the kind of hair you have, all these things go into. So Mongoloid people, the which live in the Mongolia is in the top of China, actually north of China, wedged between China and Russia. in Upper Asia, basically. If you see in the map, in the global, in the map, it will be on the right top corner of Asia. You have Mongolia, and people from that particular region, they have like you can say that all of the Chinese people are basically Mongoloid. They have slanting eyes, they have slightly yellowish skin, they have something called epicanthic fold in their eyes. The eyelid is okay. Never get along with Caucasian guys. I talked to one last night and then blocked him. He said he doesn't care about anything, doesn't care about anything, doesn't affect him. Okay. I don't think we can divide people into like that. There'll be some good Caucasian guys also, probably. I had several good Caucasian friends. I had a mentor from Iceland. So he was a very beautiful guy. So there are some nice Caucasian guys also. This is my personal. Okay. Oh, I'm sorry you haven't seen a good Caucasian guy. Sorry, ma'am. I'm very sorry about that. I think, of course, most of Indians are also bad. Um, I did psychiatry in my college. I did psychiatry, so and I was analyzing, and I came to matriarchy actually through psychiatry, basically, literally always. Potter fam is back. Hi, Potter fam. Welcome back. Welcome back, Potter fam. We have been talking about matriarchy, about genetics, about ancestry. Whitney here and myself, we were talking about those things. You can check out on the chat. You can just run through the chat. You'll be able to gather what was the discussion that's been going on. And so, Potter fam, you said eighth or something. I'm not able to figure out. Potter fam, have you checked on matriarchy? Have you tried reading the Wikipedia article or in some other encyclopedia article, Britannica article, something, whatever? Oh, my daughter is working on her master's PhD to be a sociology professor. She just got her bachelor's in May. Potter fam, you're 8 years old. Great. Then there is this children's encyclopedia. Children's encyclopedia, you can check out about matriarchy there. On simple English Wikipedia also, you can check about matriarchy. Potter fam, wow, you're smart. Typing on YouTube. And Potter fam, I don't. Okay, Whitney says she's 41 years old. Why would you laugh out loud about that, Whitney? I'm in third grade. Great. You're in third grade. That's cute. Potter fam is from Florida. Actually, no, she's from Louisiana, I think. Is it right? What did I read? Okay, 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 okay. Okay, yes, I'm right. She's from Louisiana. Whitney, you're not old. 41 is not old. So, Potter fam, what did you have for your breakfast? Right now, let's see what is the time right now in Florida. What would it be? I think it's early morning. It's morning for you. Potter fam. In America, I am. That's funny language. You did not have breakfast. Why would that be? Why didn't you have your breakfast? You should have breakfast, right? You had church. I had. You had church. Okay. This is the last Sunday for you. I get it. Okay. So this is the last Sunday for Americans, right? Americans, Australian Sunday. Yes, evening 3:45 p.m. It's evening 3:45 p.m. and part of time you haven't had your breakfast. Were you fasting or is it religious thing something or why would you be fasting till afternoon? Why would you be fasting? Pot of fam. You had pizza. You had pizza. Whitney says India is always ahead of America. Oh no, Japan is ahead of everybody else. It's the land of the rising sun. So the day begins in Japan. They're already into Monday. Monday just began a couple of hours ago in India. No fasting for church. No fasting for church. Good. Then what else? Why would Potiphar not have her breakfast? Yes, it's 3:47 for you. It is 3:47 for you also. Yes, it's maybe in a rush. Was it so, Potiphar? Were you in a rush? Your grandma didn't make breakfast for you? Your church started at 7:06. Oh, church started at 7:06 early. So it's already 3:45. You are nearing 4 in the evening. Big of a hurry to eat. Too big of a hurry to eat. Yes, too big of a. So what did you have for lunch? Potter fam, what did you have for lunch? You didn't have breakfast, but I guess you must have had some lunch because it's already, you are nearing 4 in the evening. 4 o'clock in the evening. So it's actually basically afternoon, late afternoon, we should say. It's almost going to be evening. So what did Potter Ham skit? What is skit? Tiles. Oh, Skittles. Okay. What is Skittles? I think I have to. What is Skittles? What is that? What is that Skittles? Am I spelling? Am I pronouncing it right? It's a candy. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Whitney. It's a candy. The only American foods I know. What are the things that I know? Hershey's chocolate bar. I know. Of course, we know Coca Cola. We know Domino's and McDonald's and hot dogs and what else? Why did you eat candy for lunch? But a little hard and has a yes like M&M. Okay, and has a yes. What is an S? Are you dumb? Whitney doesn't like fast food. Okay. Also, I've been naming fast foods basically. I'm very sorry about that. Pot of fam didn't know what to eat because I didn't know. Why would you not know? What did your grandma make for lunch? Your grandmother must have cooked something for lunch, right? She must have made some kind of lunch. She must have cooked something. Whitney, it's okay. My daughter likes fast food. Whitney's daughter likes fast food. That's okay. I also like fast food basically. I'm a pizza fan, but we don't get vegan pizzas often. It's very difficult to get them. So when I do get a when I do get a vegan pizza, I do gorge on pizzas. Whitney, try to be healthy. Lol. Potterfam says grandma was sleeping. Oh, that's cute of you. You didn't wake your grandma up for making lunch for you. She was sleeping. Whitney, are you Hindu? So it's a very difficult question. Am I a Hindu? By birth, I am a Hindu, but by belief, I'm an agnostic. I don't belong to any religion. I like all religions basically. I like Christianity also. I like, in certain aspects, I like Judaism also. In some aspects, I like Islam also. Among Indian religions, I like Buddhism most. You had bread from Domino's, not practicing. Okay. You had bread from Domino's. Do you have the heart of a cow? Hey, that's a cute way of asking that. Well, yes, I do have the heart of a cow. I do have the heart of a cow. That's a cute way of asking it. Breadsticks. Okay, you've had breads. That sounds gross. What sounds gross? Me too. Not breadsticks. Whitney. I don't practice. Me too. I too don't practice any religion. Matriarchy is my religion right now. It's my faith. It's an article of faith. People criticize it from in a long, in a complex way. Okay, I don't think I'm also not practicing any religion, although I like Buddhism in India, from India. I thought you had breadsticks, Potter. Sorry, my bad. It's okay. Potter fam says it's okay. Cute. I respect all religions, but girls are sketchy. Whitney Abrina says that. Yeah, that's true. They are creepy, basically. Thanks, Potter. Okay. I had Domino's thin crust pizza. Okay, that's cute. You had Domino's thin crust Domino's. By the way, what did you have for lunch, Heidi? Heidi, what did you have for lunch? Whitney Abrina says she likes Domino's. Yes, I do like Domino's. You're drinking a Coke. Okay, cute. Potter fam doesn't like Coke. Oh, what would you like to drink, Potter fam? Potter, what would you like to drink? Tortilla chips. You had some tortilla chips. If I'm not wrong, it comes from Mexico. Am I right? Tortilla chips. Kind of. It comes from Mexico. So Mexican. You like Sprite? Yes, that's cute. Me also. I'm also a fan of Sprite. I'm also fan of Sprite. That's cute. Whitney, Heidi says she doesn't normally drink Coke. She drinks water. That's okay. In India, we always drink water. Once in a while, when we feel like thirsty, what's the lot of smileys going up in my screen? What's happening? But the salty chips made me crave Coke. Okay, okay, yes, yes. Tortilla chips from a Mexican restaurant. So, Coke. I guess Coke has some amount of caffeine in it, I guess, if I'm not wrong. So, that's why, if I'm not wrong, I heard from you that you are health conscious. So, too much sugar. Yes, Coke is too much sugar. But there's this Diet Coke, right? Diet Coke, sugar free Diet Coke. You may have that. Only one person watching right now. It has lot of acid too. Acid. Oops. Guess by acid you mean carbonic acid because carbon dioxide is dissolved in it. It's converted into carbonic acid. That's what you mean by acid. Is it so? Is it what you mean? Carbonic acid. Probably yes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. It has a lot of acid. So Heidi had tortilla chips from a Mexican restaurant, and then Potafams. What does this emoji mean? Phosphoric acid. Goodness, it has phosphoric acid. Is it so? I never knew that. Coke has phosphoric acid in it. Oh, that's news to me. This is what I do with Sprite. What does this emoji mean? I'm trying to figure out. What is that emoji? Is it? It looks like somebody dancing. That's what you do with Sprite. I think I have to ask Google what this emoji means. Hi, I'm back. The emoji, when I try to Google it, Google says it's some kind of a cartoon character, and Google has no further information about it. I don't know what it even is, phosphoric acid. It says in the ingredients, but America has different ingredients than other countries. Other countries ban ingredients. America allows lol because America is unhealthy. Oh, you're very critical of America. Have you heard of the show Pokemon? Yes, Potterfam, I have heard about this show Pokemon. Have I heard about it? but unfortunately, I haven't watched it because I'm too old for cartoons. I've grown too old. In my younger days, I used to watch Disney cartoons like Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, and Mickey Mouse, Donald Duck, Tom and Jerry, and what else? Those kind of things. And He Man. Yes, it's to even cancer causing ingredients. Oh, goodness. Oh, Heidi says, bro, you are never too old for cartoons. Okay, that's true. That's true, but somehow I haven't been able to watch cartoons of late. Mostly, I don't watch television. That's one reason. I'm basically a bookworm. I read books once in a while when I sit in front of television. I watch movies once in a while. But apart from that, as I told you recently, I've gotten into this movie, August Osage County. Have you heard about the show Pokemon? This is why I am critical. I guess you are too responsible, obviously. Yes, yes. Probably I'm too. I feel very responsible. I feel responsible for the whole of the species, for the whole of human race. That's a heavy thing to do. Oh my, Potter fam asks, what is your favorite game? I'm very sorry, Potter fam. Potter, I think I should call you Potter like how Heidi does. I'm sorry, Potter. I don't play any games. I don't play games at all. I don't have time for games. I don't play games basically. No games. I'm sorry. Too old for that. Again, Heidi is going to say you are never too old to play games. Okay. Heidi says her daughter wants to get her friend Pokemon cards. Pokemon cards. I don't play games. Yes, we don't play games. No games. Potter fam says, I'm here, here, here. Yes, good. But it shows only one person watching for me. How is that? It shows only one person is watching, but I'm getting messages from both Heidi and Potter fam. Now you have come back. But it's always showing only one person is watching. I think YouTube doesn't see you. YouTube has no idea that you are also watching. That's cute. Heidi says, I will with my daughter if she asks, but not video games. We do not have any game systems. We have board games. Good. Okay. Games are a good way for families to bond, I believe. Unfortunately, my father was a very strict person, disciplinarian, and he never allowed us to play any games, board games, card games. I'm invisible everywhere. Oh, what's that? In between invisible and everywhere, there is some kind of a image. Potterfam says hello. Hi Potterfam, we are here for you. You are invisible everywhere. What does that mean? You are invisible. He is at the start. What is this? What's happening? Who is at the start? NVM. What is NVM? Who is at the start? And what is this NVM? Potterfam, what is NVM? What does NVM mean? It rove. Okay. Okay. Potter fam is trying to. Potter. Okay. And look at you now. You are a genius. All your studying paid off. I'm joking. I'm saying no one notices me. Oh no. You're going into self pity. That's. I'm sorry. You are a genius. How do you know I'm a genius? How do you know? It's cute. I don't know how you know that I'm a genius or something. You get noticed. How do you know I get noticed? I'm kind of a slightly kind of a celebrity here in South India. That's true. But that doesn't mean I'm genius. Well, it really tickles me to hear somebody. Okay, I get it, I get it. You was joking about being invisible. It was a joke. I tried to have people not notice me. Pot of Potter has got to go. Bye, Potter. Take care and have a nice Christmas evening. Not Christmas, actually. Have a nice Sunday evening. You said you wrote a book. No, I was reading a book. No, no, no. I haven't written a book. I haven't written a book. I was reading a book. Basically, this is the book I'll show you. I'll show you the book. This is the book I was reading. It's by an American writer called Cynthia Talbot. I'm I didn't write a book. I studied medicine. I wanted to become a psychiatrist. Halfway through, I got converted to matriarchy, and then I made matriarchy my mission in life. And then, for several survival purposes and other reasons, I entered into media. I entered into again media industry. I'm sorry, it was some miscommunication. I'm not a genius in that sense. Although, be proud of yourself either way. Have you ever scrolled? To be frank, Heidi, I don't watch YouTube. I was. This is a kind of novel thing I'm trying. Doing YouTube live is something I've been trying. YouTube is mostly occupied with erotic discussions and kind of stuff. Anyway, that's how it happens here in India. I don't know what people are talking or what people do on live in. I don't do YouTube scrolling. My most of my time is filled with reading books. I'm basically a bookworm. So I'm new to YouTube. I've been doing this live because it's actually an extension. It's the idea about doing this live is basically an extension of my work in television. I work for a talk show basically. It's called Nia Nana. Um, Wait, it's there on this Hotstar. There's this app called Hotstar, Disney Hotstar. On that app, you will be able to watch my shows basically. So how do I? You can type Nia Nana Mohan in. Go scroll YouTube. Maybe you can go start a new platform for people who have something besides rocks for brains who want intellectual stimulation. Okay. Thank you for that advice. I'll scroll YouTube. You can go start a new platform for people. I'm trying to make this as a platform to connect with people. Previously, I used to be part of a wider network of matriarchy people. Mm, I went out of that group roughly 15 years ago, and then I became incommunicado. I stopped using mobile. I stopped using email. I simply went into a kind of a monkish life for nearly 10, some for several years. So you scroll trying to get knowledge, and it's ridiculous. There's nothing but empty-headed individuals. That's true. That's true. Basically, YouTube is filled with people who want to exhibit themselves. People who want to show off, people who want to have basic social communication. I think it's a very harsh judgment calling people empty-headed. People have their heads filled with so many things. Um, I think each person and each human being have their own reason for existence, and all kinds of existence are equal and equally worthy, I believe. You don't have any social media except YouTube. Oh, that's cute. Curious. You're always on YouTube. You don't have any social media except YouTube. That's interesting. I'm on Twitter basically. Actually, on Twitter, you can type the same thing, matriarchy Mohan, and you will see my tweets from past several years. Uh, the same thing, the same handle. The YouTube handle is also my Twitter handle. So if you have time, you can go and scroll through my tweets. You'd be able to understand what I think, what I tweet over the. It's like for the past 10 years, I guess. It's nearly 12 or 13 years. You have Discord. What is Discord? Discord. Discord is like strife. It's like difference in opinion. Only Twitter, only Twitter. No website. I used to have a blog, but I closed it because I believe in very short communication, minimal communication. I don't want long, long write ups. You don't know how to explain it. You can explain it, no problem. I'm here to listen. I'm here to, no. Okay, thank you. Right. Or would you like to come on live together? YouTube does has an option for something called doing live together. So two people can side by side on two screens, they can do a live. If it's okay for you, you can do that. You don't know how to explain it. Okay, you can try. It's no problem. I'll try to understand. I'll try to piece together whatever you say. We have the we have unlimited time. You are not a content creator. You don't have to be. You don't have to be. Nobody has to be a content creator. I'm an Indian. English is not my first language. I learned English in my late teens. I began learning. You just watch YouTube in my spare time. Okay, you watch YouTube in your spare time. That's good. So, may I ask you what job you do? What kind of work you do? If it's okay, you can answer that. You don't have to answer. Your English is perfect. Oh, thank you. Thank you for that. Basically, I think my English comes out of books. Whenever I talk to mm, Western people, they say that Americans and British people, they all say I talk like a book. Basically, that's what people say when in I think it's like Jessica. Thank you. All my English is learned from books. I began interacting with white people like somewhere in late 20s. Till my late 20s, I had no contact with any English people. But of course, we Indians, we are all indoctrinated with English, and we basically, how to say, uh, we are Anglophiles, all of us. We are Anglophiles. Indians are all Anglophiles. You work with children and adults with special needs and healthcare needs. Great. Cerebral palsy, autism, nonverbal, incontinence, tube fed, blindness. Okay, work with children, that's great. You don't think you speak like a book. Yes, that's because of my ex, my wife, she partly grew up in the States, in America. Her aunt is there in Chicago. So she grew up there partly. She was there most of her time. And having lived with her for roughly like 5 years, I think my bookish English got converted into some kind of a partially spoken English. Okay, some adults and elderly too. That's cute. You work with children with cerebral palsy, autism, nonverbal incontinence, tube fed, blindness. Goodness, you are a very good person. You are doing something nice for humankind, You're helping people, and that's a very beautiful thing. That's the most beautiful thing anybody can do. That's the most beautiful thing anybody can do. Helping people. Helping people is the best thing to do, and you are doing that. I'm happy for you. Okay. And your ex was from Mexico and lived in a suburb of Chicago. Okay, 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 okay. He was from Mexico. Yeah, I heard. Of course, there are some good Mexicans, probably. Like I like this Mexican directors. There are two. I think is it Inaritu. I like the movie Revenant, and I like Alfonso Cuarón. If I don't know whether I'm pronouncing rightly, but Alfonso Cuarón and Inaritu. I like the movie Revenant. I like what are the movies? The Birdman. I like the movie Birdman also. Birdman. Birdman and Revenant are my favorite Inaritu movies. So his dad sent him here when he was 16. Oh, okay. So he speaks Spanish. So how many? I'm curious about it. So how many languages do you speak, Heidi? Like you must be speaking some Spanish, I guess. It's sad because he had no choice and now he's 42 and owns a home and has a child and scared he will get deported. Oh, goodness. That's sad. America was once the land of immigrants. Now, with republicanism and Trump and everything, it's very sad to see America descend into what is happening over there, into racism, into white supremacy, into whatnot, The Republicans are closing America. That's very unfortunate. That's really very unfortunate. Okay, you can understand some Spanish, but not good at speaking it. Okay, good. That's good. So, also Indians are finding it difficult to migrate to America. That's what I heard. I hear my niece has had her interview in the US Embassy a couple of months ago. She, so they have not yet processed her visa. It's going to take like 3 months. Her husband is there in the US. He's in, where is he? He's in Florida, Miami. Yeah. He's a maintenance man and janitor at a church, school, and does the job of about three people for the pay of one. Oh, goodness. I have heard about these things. It's really unfair, you know? It's, I don't know how to say that, but slavery is returning back to America in a very different form. It's returning to Europe also. You know, I hear migrants from Syria, migrants from Africa, and migrants from Eastern Europe, migrants from several Asian countries who work in Europe are working like, it's a harsh word, but they're working hard like donkeys. It's like, it's so harsh. Although theoretically it's a very civilized world, deep inside there are cracks and there are so many inhumanities and inequalities rampant everywhere. And America is although it's free, it is utterly unequal. That's my impression. I'm sorry if that sounds. It's so sad he has to worry so much. Wanted him to visit me and I wanted to visit him, but he's afraid to leave for anything, even to drive to work and back. Yeah, that's true. Okay, but I believe it'll pass over soon. He should hold to his guns for a couple of years. I believe Democratic Party will be back in power in 2028, and Trump will be going, and then probably for another 8 years, from 2028 to 2036, America might be safe in another Democratic administration. Till then, you have to be very careful. Some people have to be very careful. It's like very difficult times. Yes. America was supposed to be the land of the free. America was supposed to be the land where everybody can come and have their dreams fulfilled. And now they are closing America down. That's unfair. I hope Trump doesn't completely destroy democracy. No, I don't think that's possible. No way. No. I think America is too large a country, and there are, and no, I don't believe that will happen. Please don't become pessimistic about it. That won't happen, I believe. He's crushing so many people's spirits. Yes, yes, yes. That's what authoritarians always do. They try to crush people's spirit. They try to crush people. They try to crush liberty. They try to do all kinds of nasty things. Although he calls everybody nasty, he is the most nasty guy. What to do? That's how things are. It's quite unfortunate that America has turned out this way in modern times. Here, every Indian dreams of coming to America and making life there, but people are now scared about visiting also. Right now, my uncle is in America. He's in San Jose, California. And they shut down the government. People already think Americans are lazy. Lol, and they shut down the government. Yes, true. We cannot understand how a government can be shut down. That's true. It doesn't happen here in India. I don't think anywhere it happens anywhere else. Government shutdown. And I guess it's only because it's a federal government shutdown. I think it's US is such a strong federal polity. There will always be Democrat states and there will always be Republican states. So Democrat states will be balancing. Sometimes a cranky person like Trump might come into the White House, but I think it will pass. That's what I hope. That completely proves that Americans are big babies. Okay, okay. I think people are babies everywhere. If you come to India and see Indians, in America also you might be seeing some Indians. Okay, so people are babies everywhere. He wants to be a king. True, he wants to become a king. He wants to try to become like Putin. He wants to become a dictator like Putin. Like Putin, he wants to become a dictator, a tin pot dictator. He wants to convert America into a banana republic. Yes, I believe you. America will stay as a democracy for a long time to come. It won't unravel in such a form. Although it is scary to think that it is possible, that but its federal structure will keep it alive for a long time, I believe, because the states are kind of semi-independent. That's the impression we have from here in India. You have to tell me whether that's true or not. The states, if you belong, state governments run things in a way, the governors, so many people avoid talking about it. Yes, yes, that's true. People deny. In Hitler's Germany, it happened in a very similar way. So, although Trump's America cannot be called, cannot be, it's very unfair equating, making an equivalence between Trump and Hitler. One good thing about Trump is that he doesn't have that much of craziness in him. He's crazy, I get it, but he's not as crazy as Hitler. So, so in that sense, probably. And because Germany was a very unified country, it was a very small place, you know, probably there were several reasons why Germany became like that between the world wars. The 1930s Germany, I don't think US would become like that in 2030s. But but we can't say, if somebody like after Trump, if somebody like Elon Musk comes to power, God knows what will happen to America. Our government is supposed to have checks and balances. He is arrogant and a narcissist. He is arrogant and a narcissist and a convinced rapist and a convicted rapist. Yes, you can't even become a mayor of a city in America if you have a felony, but you can become president. That's true. That's absolutely true. I don't know what is happening to America. It's very um, unfortunate what is happening there, but white supremacy is on the rise. Right wingers are taking over things everywhere, and maybe maybe in some ways some parts of it are becoming difficult, but I do believe, I do believe America will come out of it. Uh, in 1850s and 60s, there was a very similar situation, and there were Southern America was like the American South was unwilling to give up on slavery, and it had a civil war. And America that survived a civil war and America that survived two world wars, I don't think it will break just because of some silly fellow like Trump. I don't think so. I think you should take some heart from American history. How can you not run a city if you have a felony and are a rapist, but you can become a president? And why are so many people voting for a rapist? That's horrible character. I think I'm sorry to say this, but I'm very sorry. I have to say this, but the truth is, there are certain things in which the Democrats have gone over the board. I believe it's a very difficult thing, but they have gone overboard in certain things, and probably that's the reason why half of America has voted for Trump. To be honest, you were a horrible student and you did not study. Okay, that's how it happens. I was a very horrible student in my early school years. It's roughly in the final years of my high school that I became a studious guy. We used to play a game called cricket. You must be knowing about it. It's like baseball. You know, I was a, you didn't have a good home life. Oh, I'm sorry about that, Heidi. I'm very sorry about it. You Well, one thing India had till now was a very good family system, but it's now breaking here in India also. Yes, but not popular in America. Yes, so I was a avid cricket player, so it was quite an accident actually. Unicorn Dreams asks, why are you awake? Unicorn Dreams is my friend basically. I'm talking with this. Hi, Unicorn Dreams. I'm talking with this friend from America, Heidi. Her channel is Whitney Abrina. I do not know how it is played. It's 4 in the morning. Well, that is my friend. Unicorn Dreams is actually my friend from Chennai. He lives 15 20 miles from here. He was living in United States for Unicorn Dreams. Would you like to come on live? My mom did a lot of drugs and I had to live with other families and switch a lot of schools. Oh, goodness. That's a very difficult life. Unicorn Dreams lived in Texas, I believe. Unicorn, come again. Unicorn there. She died at age 64. Oops. For few minutes only audio. What do you mean, Unicorn? You mean you are not getting the audio? Or you can do audio only for few minutes? What do you mean? Yes, yeah, yeah. He lived in San Antonio, Texas, San Antonio. That is why I try to be healthy for my daughter. Good, good. Be strong for your daughter and stay strong for her. Yes, audio only for only audio for few minutes. Yeah, yeah, it happens. You can come on audio, but I don't know how we can do that. Okay, Heidi loves Texas. She lived in Houston and Livingston. Okay, Houston. Good morning, Houston. Houston, we have a problem. That's the only thing I know about Houston. Houston, we have a problem. It's always warm. Yes, I. That's what my friend Unicorn Dreams also says. It's almost like India. He had a terrible time in New York. That's what he used to say. When he was in New York, it was like hell. It was a cold hell for him. Houston Rockets. Yes, 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 yes. Houston Rockets. That's how we know Houston. So, Unicorn Dreams, do you know Houston? Have you been there? What's your impression? What happened to Unicorn Dreams? Oh, Wisconsin. Wisconsin is. Yes, yes, it's a cold hell. That's what I heard about Wisconsin. Yes. And Unicorn Dreams is same like San Antonio. So is Illinois. Illinois is also cold, yes. One of our friend lives there. Unicorn? Is it, if I'm not wrong, is it Keshav who is living in Wisconsin? It's close to Chicago where I live. Oh, okay, okay. Kesavan. Yes, 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 Kesav. So Kesavan is in Wisconsin. Madison. Madison, Wisconsin. Is he there in Wisconsin? Kesavan is in Wisconsin. That's cute. Unicorn, would you like to come on live? I don't think you can do audio. That's what you said. No, oh, you Houston, you mean? Okay, okay, okay. Houston, he's in Houston. That was what I was wondering about. I didn't hear about any software company or IT company being there in Wisconsin. Wisconsin is totally, I think IT companies. Why is it that IT companies are not there in so many states in the United States? I don't know. Why IT companies are concentrated in some states like California and Texas. You have any answer, Unicorn? You're not far from there. I went to Capitol building for a field trip with her daughter's class. Okay, good. Seattle as well. Oh, okay, okay. Seattle. Have you been to Wisconsin, Unicorn? Unicorn, have you been to Wisconsin? I had a friend, Rashish from India, who was in IT on a work visa. Yes, everybody from India works in the IT. Where you live, close to Green Bay. Oh, okay. In Wisconsin, also there is an IT company. That's curious. You continue with. No problem, Unicorn, you can be part of it. You have woken up at 4, I guess. If you are awake and if you want, if you have some other work, you can go away. No problem. But otherwise, you are welcome to stay and chat. I think our friend Whitney Abrina here wouldn't mind you being there. You didn't go anywhere other than New York and Texas. It's Thrivant Financial. Okay, okay, okay. Thrivant Financial. Okay. Rashish from India works in Thrivant Financial. The more the merrier. Yes. See, Unicorn, Heidi wants you to be there. She doesn't want you to go away. So why don't you stay here? Why would you like to go? Why would you want to go? What was the topic? Yeah, we weren't talking about anything in specific. We're just chatting, small talk, little things. Heidi, basically, although the handle is Whitney Abrina, her name is Heidi. So I'll say you can choose the topic. See, we are Catholic. So there was a little kid from Florida. Gosh, I don't know who he or she. Potter. Potter. We had some good time with Potter. Potter had what is this? Skittles for lunch because her grandma was sleeping. Went to church early in the morning and had to skip breakfast because there was no time for breakfast between waking up and going to church. Had to hurry to church and you were online. Okay. You can always go and edit your handle. You just go there and into your channel, and there'll be this edit button, and you can edit your handle anytime. Yeah, that was cute. Heidi. So Potter had to go to church and so had to miss breakfast and then had Skittles and was interested in Pokemon. Unicorn, you should have been there. Potter would have been happy to converse with you, you know, was interested in Pokemon. You must be knowing something about Pokemon. I knew nothing about Pokemon. You just go into the settings. You go into the settings. There'll be some. There'll be a line which says manage videos, manage your videos or something like that. Yeah, that was something I was about to ask. I wanted to ask because chatting is not allowed. I think he or she or whoever it was using a parent's phone. She was basically using parent's phone. Yeah, Pokemon game. Yeah, she liked Pokemon game. Okay, okay. Look later. Okay, we are safe people. Yeah, that's true. There are so many pedophiles and all kinds of creepy people everywhere on the internet. Mm. But probably she was under supervision, I believe. I don't know. I didn't ask that, but I hope she was under supervision. Somebody was probably supervising because it's very dangerous giving a child a phone and allowing the child to just go about it, you know. Somebody must be there monitoring what the child is accessing and all. Heidi says, I remember a game people tried to catch Pokemon on their phone. Okay, I have no idea what Pokemon game looks like. Unicorn, you might have some idea. That's possible. Kids are taking guns of their parent. Why not access their? Hey, you're making fun of America, man. Eh? Kids are taking their parents' guns. Read my previous comment. They would hold the phone to the sky. Okay. I knew only Pokemon game. What comment do you want me to read? I think that's all. You were thinking about free speech just after I lost my sleep. Okay, 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 okay. You are about speech. Okay, that's true. It's true. This is why I'm critical. It's completely true. Right. So, Unicorn was thinking about free speech. Free speech that always existed in America but is now under threat. Unicorn actually is longing to get back to United States. That's the impression I get from his conversation. Is it not true, Unicorn? The only thing we got scared in America was the gun culture. True. The gun culture is very bad, but free speech is there or used to be there before Trump came in. It used to be there. I think it's still there in a way. Speech is still there, but other scary things are happening. If not for gun culture, then that's the best country. That's true. But my understanding is that there's a history, the only country can fight for free speech. Yes, actually, to be frank, I differ from you on this point, Unicorn. Guns made free speech possible in America, I believe. It might look like quite a deviant argument, but that's what I believe. In Texas, I did hold healthcare, and people had loaded guns laying around at random in their homes. Yes, lying around at random. Yeah, I don't know. This is like that's true. It's very how what's happening is not really good with modern automatic weapons and all. It's really a very scary situation. But in pioneer times, in the olden times when America was being created, I think people had to look after themselves. There was not, it's like huge continent, and there's no way that you can police such a huge place. So, home healthcare. I'm from Wisconsin and was not used to that. We lock guns, unloading them first. Yes. Okay. Yeah. So, Wisconsin seems to be a more civilized place basically than Texas. That's the impression I get from Heidi. So, so going back to my point, so in early times, because it's very difficult to police such a huge country and law and order enforcement machinery cannot be there, they had guns. They each and you used to for hunting for deer or turkey meat. Oh, okay, okay. That was like old matchlock guns. Yeah, matchlock guns, where you have to unlock is a complex process. It's not easy to simply, a child cannot automatically begin using a gun. That's true. Or even a careless person or a person, a neurotic or a psychotic in a hurry cannot use it. But nowadays it has become automatic weapons, and everybody can use them. So that's a really terrible situation. Yes. So, so, Unicorn, are you there? Unicorn, are you there? Meet. Charlie Kirk was shot dead. He was one of the guy who wanted to have conversation with anyone with any ideology. The gun culture might come as threat or one of the threat for free speech. Okay, that's true. Yeah, modern times gun culture might become a threat for free speech. That's true. But gun culture is also made Americans independent of each other. Americans are not dependent on one another. They are not dependent on the state. They are not dependent on the law enforcement machinery. So there is a very, it's a very difficult thing to digest, but probably that's the truth. Not seeing anyone to come forward to take his place. That's true. It won't happen for another couple of years. Probably when there is a democratic administration back in the White House, America will get back into normal again. Let's hope it will happen. And by then you will get your visa and you will go to US, I hope. I hope you get your visa and you go back to US Unicorn. Would you like to go back to US Unicorn or would you not like? I believe you would be happy to go back to US. You want your daughter to go. Okay, that's good. Sure, your daughter will definitely go. By then, Trump won't be there. He might be dead by then also. He's already, he's in his 80s, right? He's 80 nearly. You wish you could trade citizenship with someone from another country. Okay. Why would, I think with American passport, you can go anywhere in the world. Uh, Heidi, have you been out of America anytime? If you go anywhere in the third world, your American passport is like a magic key. It opens all doors. Everybody will fall at your feet. You haven't seen that. You come to India and you will see how people will respect you for being an American. You are unhappy because you are in America. You have to go and see in the rest of the world how much respect Americans get. They are adored everywhere they go. You know, people will come up to you and try to talk to you and try to tell you what they like about America. To be able to understand what kind of a gift it is to be an American, you have to go out of America to third world especially. Not as American, Indians respect for their skin color. Yeah, that's true. Indians respect white people for white skin, but that's true. But no, when somebody says they are from Germany, people speak to them in a different way. When somebody says they are from America, people speak to them in a different way. Yeah, but I know it's difficult for other countries to get into America. I'd like to make it easy for someone who really wants to be here since I don't. We can trade. That's true. That's true. Yes, it should be. America should be open country again. That's what I would also like it to be. I would like my country, India, also to be open. Our country also should be open. In recent times, we also have a right-wing government here, and people are trying to close our borders also. Very unfortunate. It shouldn't be happening. America will not allow you. It will allow you to go out, but it will not allow anybody to come in so long as Trump is there. That's what is happening to America. It's getting closed down. You know that Americans highly respect Indians. Well, I have few American friends, so thank you. Americans respecting Indians. I think Americans have a liking for Indians, But respect, I don't know. They won't allow because already population is collapse. What do you mean? Whom are you talking about? India or America? Oh, that's true. They automatically assume Indians are super smart. Yeah, that's basically a misconception. White population is collapsing. White population is collapsing. Collapsing is too strong a word, unicorn. It's in the decline, that's true, but I think it will bound back. Probably it might bound back. And there won't be any white after a few generations. Everybody is getting mixed up everywhere. There is just a notion that any man from India is smart. Yeah, I heard so, but it's a myth basically. There are a lot of idiots in India, and we have, and our mutual friend Unicorn will watch say for that. He will watch it. There are so many Indians who are idiots. There are so many Indians who are stupids. We see them everywhere around us, and we cannot talk about it also. You don't understand because you don't date white men. If white population is collapsing, it's because white men suck. Oh, okay. That's true. You can work with Americans but not Indian. Unicorn says he can work with Americans but not with Indians. Yes, Heidi, I can understand your angst. I can understand your feelings because we have seen what white men can do to India in colonial. Although we haven't been under Americans, we have been under their parent people, the Englishmen. We were under the British. Under the British were so insensitive and so cruel to Indians. Not in a physically cruel way, but like they were arrogant. They were basically cats and jerks. So I can understand that what white men can be. Yes, they were that in India. It's true. You see more white women with men of different nationalities than women of different nationalities with white men. Yes, yes, yes. White women of colored women don't. This is the impression I also get from my other anthropology friends. Yes, there's a parallel phenomenon in India where we have a caste of people called Brahmins. They are like white men. Brahmins and white men are the equivalents, I believe. There's a reason for that. Okay, what is the reason? Would like to know. Unicorn is laughing. So, Heidi's experience with white men and our experience with Brahmins are the same, I believe. Is it not so, Unicorn? Brahmins and whites, okay, they are arrogant. Yes. Yes, white men are arrogant. And only the arrogant white women want them. Yes, that's also true. But I believe even the white women are not able to live for long with white men. That's the impression I get by reading books. You are not super educated, but that's your theory. That's okay. You are right. White men, Brahmins are all very arrogant. You'd be embarrassed to be with one. Unicorn says this is something new to you, him from American. Unicorn, you didn't chat with Americans, you walked with them. That's the difference, I believe. They are selfish, no manners. Good, right? Yes. All these terms apply to Brahmins. Unicorn, it's strange how Heidi's description of white Americans, white American males applies universally to Brahmins of India, selfish, arrogant, no manners. They care about how they look than how the family feels. Yes, absolutely. Actually, Indian Brahmins were supposed to look about their stomachs, about their bellies, in filling their bellies. That was what they were mostly about. How their car runs than how their wives run. Oh, that's a good way of putting it. Actually, you should tweet this. You should tweet this, Heidi. Of course, you have no other account. You are only on YouTube. I think I'll make a short out of it. Okay. I have created a short of Heidi's comment. It's a very beautiful comment. They care more about how their car runs than how their wives run. Beautiful. What is it? Can I get on Amazon? Many words. No, sorry, means. Unicorn dreams. Unicorn asks, "Are you feeling?" No, actually, Heidi said she has genetics from everywhere. She is part Native American, part white, part she has her genetics from everywhere. So she's not worried. She's not worried about being white. That's the impression I got from her description about herself. So basically, I'm answering for her, which I should not be doing. But I'm doing that because I'm on audio and I can speak spontaneously, whereas it will take a long time for Heidi to type it out again. So I'm trying to spare her the typing. That's all. Not mansplaining. Norwegian, Irish, Native American, and German. Yes. Norwegian, Irish, Native American, and German. She has part native blood and part American blood. Her daughter is 23% German, Dutch. Yes. In US, this is happening. Yeah, always. Yes. In US, most people have mixed inheritance. That's a good thing. I believe that's one of the good things about US. About America, where people get mixed and you have a very good, vigorous genetic heritage. I believe we should randomly mix everybody from Earth. Every human genes should be shuffled here and there so randomly, mix them up so randomly that there won't be any races at all, probably. Of course, I can, Unicorn, you know me very well. I can argue on the other side also, the equal facility. But right now, I'm in the mood for arguing on this side. Unicorn. Only one is watching right now. So it's either Heidi or Unicorn. I don't know who is watching. Why is it always showing only one as watching? Although I'm chatting with two people, it is showing only one Why is this? I'm sorry, I just shared my live with a friend. So, Unicorn says from Africa, one group came to Europe and they got extinct. That's cute. Do you mean the Neanderthal people or the Cro-Magnons? Whom do you mean? There are actually basically two groups which came to Africa and got extinct. We Heidi says, so I met a guy on YouTube last night and he said that he doesn't care about anything that doesn't affect him directly. He said, why should I worry about it? No one will help me if I'm down. Yeah, this is basically the mindset of, I call this cosmic orphanhood. Personally, I have this term called cosmic orphanhood, where people feel like orphans. That's the my idea of matriarchy is to eliminate this kind of attitude, this kind of state of mind, this state of existence of orphanhood. People become orphans because they rebel in their young age. They try to show themselves off, and in their middle age, they become lonely, isolated, and orphans actually. Neanderthal, unicorn says Neanderthal. It was a white guy, of course. This is why I don't date white guys. They never experienced adversity. Yeah, even if they face adversity, they become even more strong in their views, I guess. Because we have a parallel phenomenon here in, again, going to Brahmins. And I can never relate to anyone who didn't experience adversity. Yes, although men had experienced adversity, they try to convert it into their aggression. Basically, I try to identify it as an aggressive attitude. My matriarchy is more about removing that aggression from human race, basically, from that species. How do we try to remove aggression? So true. It's there partly in their genetics and partly in it's there in the male gene system. It seems to me in America that men who have experienced adversity are more empathetic, not aggressive. Yeah, adversity always teaches us to be empathetic, and that's true. That's absolutely true. But I hear there are some other dimensions also. You know, although I have no idea of casting any aspersion, the black American males are also becoming quite aggressive because of their experience. So it seems we need to export Indians to America and American whites to India for few months. Some learning will happen and help. Okay, any non-white men. Oh no, then you don't know Indians basically. You know only the good kind of Indians. In India, there are so many arrogant Indians. You will feel like, how to say, jumping into the fire from frying pan. That's what India is basically. There is this lady from Australia, uh, Sarah. There is this beautiful book called Holy Cow. If possible, kindly read that book. She narrates how terrible her experience with Indians was. When Indians go to America, or when educated Indians talk to Americans, they are very nice. But when a white woman comes to India, the Indians ogle at her, glare at her, stare at her, and they feel like they can own her. That's what Sarah says in that book, Holy Cow. Heidi says, I'm not aggressive, maybe in general, but not towards me. Yes, not towards you, because when Indians come to America, they are very nice. Maybe because I'm so sweet. Lol. Okay, and I can be a smart ass. Okay, and I don't really take any shit from any men. Okay, that's good. So, Sarah McDonald, if I'm not wrong, I think it's Sarah McDonald. There is this book of hers called Holy Cow, where she describes how terrible her experience with Indian men was, on the streets, everywhere. Unicorn, don't judge Indians who are working there. They are acting nice and just following the rules there. Yes, Unicorn says right. Unicorn, you are right. Unicorn says, just come and see here. Yes, absolutely. You have to come to India and see how bad Indians can be, how nasty Indians can be, how terrible Indians can be. Yes, absolutely. Indians can be nasty people. Of course, India has better had, or I should say it in the past tense. India had a better family structure and it had better manners and it had better civilization. But now it is falling apart. Just like how America is falling apart, India is also falling apart in a way. I actually went on a date with an Indian man, and as I got out of the car, he took his hand and reached under my skirt from behind and grabbed my. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, goodness. I'm very sorry about that. Oh, yeah. So it happens, Indians are as bad as anybody else, and men are the same everywhere, universally. White, black, brown, red, yellow, every man is the same. I'm sorry about the experience you had. You should not. Yeah, not judging. That's true. You should not be judging based on one man, but most Indians are nasty in India. That's also true. That's also true. You can, if you get to meet any Indian woman, you have to ask her what her opinion about Indian men in general is. I believe she'll be saying the same things about Indian man about what you are saying about white men. Exactly the same set of things. I've had experiences bad with men on all levels in different ways with all men and women. Yes, true. Women always go through hell. That's what patriarchy is all about. And I don't know whether matriarchy will totally eliminate this, but I hope it does. It would be really bad if matriarchy cannot eliminate bad behavior. But I hope that's what my faith is all about. My faith in matriarchy is basically that, this will all change once the whole world turns to matriarchy. But I don't know what. Truly, nobody knows. But when it comes to arrogance and entitlement, white men take the cake. Truly, that's nice. When it comes to entitlement and arrogance, white men take the cake. Oh, I completely forgot about that. It happened over 20 years ago. I completely forgot it even happened until now. No, I'm sorry about that. It happens. It's called a psychological erasure. Our mind erases things that we find difficult to cope with. Unicorn, please go to sleep. I know it's a difficult time for you. Good morning. Good morning, unicorn. Go to sleep. I would rather have a guy grab my body than bother my mind any day. Oh no, don't say that. Body should be held sacred, I believe. It should be equally sacred as much as mind. So that's true, what you say, you know. Somebody messing with your mind is really terrible. That's absolutely true, and that's something men have been doing with women throughout the ages. Emotional issues last longer. They are more difficult to repair. Yes, we have a saying in Tamil. Actually, there is this old saint called Thiruvalluvar. He has a saying. There is the meaning of the couplet. It's like a proverb or something. It's a saying. It goes something like the stain that has formed in the mind or in the heart stays throughout the life, whereas that wound that has been caused to the body goes off in a short while. So something like that, to that effect. I'm just translating it in my mind. So the wound to the mind or the soul stays longer and stays throughout the life. That's absolutely true. Absolutely true. But what to do? Life is like that, and I don't know. So I'd like to tell you something about how I came to matriarchy. In my college time, I was a very weak child. I was like a very lean, very thin boy, basically. And a physical wound heals and it's done and over forever. Yes, absolutely. Physical wound heals quick, but a wound to the psyche, to the soul, doesn't heal. As a kid, I went through a lot of bullying. I was a bullying victim basically because I was soft and weak looking. I was target to every kind of bully in the neighborhood, every kind of bully in school, and because of the traumatic experience, I developed a kind of harsh attitude to life, and I used to believe that uh, all most of the men should be eliminated. I used to have this idea where most men should be eliminated. Only the soft hearted, be only guys with soft genes should be allowed to survive, and all aggressive, bullying, dominant, arrogant, domineering, all alpha males should be eliminated, was the kind of idea that I had. Eliminating the alpha was my kind of thesis in my college. I used to call it neoteny, Neoteny. And later on, neoteny began acquiring a different contour. So I can understand your feelings. So as a woman, you must have felt it even more sharper and even more painful than what I felt. You know, I can try to understand. I can imagine what how difficult it could be. I got made fun of because I was too white by all the white kids. But oddly, I was accepted by the minorities, non white kids accepted me. That's true. It happens to some people called albinos. Albino children have that. Albinos have this deficiency of melanin, so they are too white. And I guess you get your whiteness from your Norwegian ancestors, the Scandinavians. The Scandinavian genes are mostly ultra white. Yeah, I experienced it. Thank you. So it was a terrible childhood that I had too. Although my family was very nice and quite comfortable, and it was very supportive of me. I had a grandmother who used to bring a stick to school to chase bullies away from me. You know, they called me Casper, told me I was so white I glowed in the dark. Oh, that's an interesting thing to know. That white people also differentiate between ultra white people and not so white. It's a new thing to me. I'm learning a new thing from you. They said you had AIDS. What? Why, why would people think like that? That's good. Yeah. Yes, I had a very good family support. If I didn't have family support, probably I might have committed suicide. I don't know. It was such a terrible thing. I was comfortable at home, and we just used to sit and read. And bullying is the one thing that took me out of sports. I stopped playing games. I stopped playing cricket because of bullying, and I became a bookworm. So now you can laugh. White people are obsessed with being tan. Okay, because I was so white, I looked sick. Okay, it happens. So So near albino kind of genes. Yeah, I saw this. There's this movie about this people called Medomari. Medomari are the people who are living in northernmost near within the Arctic Circle. And they are mm, super white people. Yes, probably you get your genes from some place like that. And I had a mentor from Iceland. His name was Peter Einarsson. And he was like super white also. I remember that. He was super white. Compared with him, Germans and Englishmen and French people are like darkies compared with him. So that's something I can understand. Yes, I remember that. But he never pointed to his skin color. He never he wasn't conscious about it, and we never talked about it. So, but this is something I remember about him. How did you go to school every day? Did you have anxiety? I hated school. Had bad anxiety and hated school. But now men think I'm beautiful and I don't want to be with them because they have dark, cruel hearts. That's true. Well, if you ask me about school, most of the time I was bunking school. In India, my father was a policeman, and because he was a policeman in India, there are certain benefits that come with slight privilege. Although we were middle class, because my father was a policeman, it was kind of like a slightly privileged existence where I was excused from attending school most of the time. Even when I go to school, I just used to give attendance, and I used to go and bury myself in library. I'd just go into the library because nobody would go into the library. So it was a dark, danky, smelly place, with all those books rotting probably because of fungus. Because India is a very tropical country. It rains heavily in Chennai. We live very close to the eastern coast of India, where it's a very heavy rainfall area, and most of the books would be dark. And anyway, my school library was like that, so I used to go and hide there inside the books, and that's how I became a kind of a bookworm. Cruel hearts. And about you and about anxiety, yes, I did have anxiety, and I was I was not a normal kid. That's true. I was not a normal kid. And yeah, it was all my philosophy of matriarchy comes out of that experience basically. And because I had a good family, supporting family, I would like to bring that kind of life back to everybody. That's where matriarchy comes. Not all men, but the ones who make a big deal about my looks are obviously shallow. Okay, that's true. People who notice skin or people who notice only looks, they are the ones who are going to be obviously people who can't look beyond somebody's face. And a while back, somebody was commenting why I don't change my camera or I just wipe my front camera. It accumulated some dust inside, and I like it this way. I don't want. It doesn't matter how somebody looks. You know. I hate when men think muscles are so important. They are not. Yes, but what to do? Must people are like that. I used to have a friend of mine who was very lean like myself, but he was so desperate to become like with the like somebody like who is that guy Mike Tyson or something. He wanted to become it. It's so ugly looking at all those heavy muscled. What do they call them? Those bodybuilders. It's terrible looking at that. It looks so much. It's like looking at some animal. It's terrible looking at those kind of masses of muscle. I don't care. I don't have a type. I'm not impressed by anything but character, really. That's good. It's rare. People looking for character is really rare in modern times. It doesn't happen often. Modern times, people don't look for character. Characters are things that we read about in novels. In real life, people simply don't have character and they don't want to have character. That's the irony about modern life. They don't want to have a character. It's just not about not having character. It's about not wanting to have a character. That's the irony of modern life. Okay, Heidi, I don't like when people flex. It's a turn off. If they have them and are modest, that's okay. If it's for themselves, but not when they are obviously doing it for attention. I want someone for me. Okay. Okay. But that's rare when in modern individualism, when people become individualistic, when families have collapsed, when people are cosmic orphans, then naturally everybody would be looking for themselves. They won't be looking for others. People love themselves. Self love is what modernity is all about. Not someone for me and the entire world. Okay. Not someone for me and the entire world. Okay. Lol. That's really lol. Okay. Not someone for me and the entire world. Think how long are we into this chat? 2.5 hours. So Heidi says something else. If someone needs attention from everyone, that's kind of red flag. It probably is not going to work out. Yes, that's true. But But modern people, especially girls nowadays, I don't know how it is working out in America, but in India, here we see people. want attention from every quarter. Everyone they want to be the center of attention. They want attention from everybody else, and young girls are developing that attitude of late here in India. Where they want everybody around them to give them attention all the time, and that's causing a lot of troubles. It creates an attitude where you want love but you don't want to love others. So love is something like give and take. You give love and then get love. You are old school. Okay. That's true. That's why you're single. Told me you have some friend in who's the Mexican guy. So you don't have to be single. I don't know why. This is again, I'm sorry to be saying this, but this is something American, I guess, where people feel they are single. Nobody is single. You have so many people around you. Every human being is part of your life, whether you like it or not. Oh yes, it is that way here. But I would rather be single and have peace. Your ex. Yes, 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 I get it. Your ex. So you're no longer seeing him, or how does that go? He's in Chicago, yes. But Chicago is near to you, right? You can go and see him. You don't want to see him. Well, you are not alone. You have your daughter with you. Having a daughter is most beautiful thing, one of the most beautiful thing in life. So what more would somebody want? You are the smallest matriarchal unit in one of the small units. A mother and a daughter is the smallest matriarchal unit possible, you know. And there are some households where grandmother, daughter, granddaughter. That's also a cute intergenerational thing. Good. You have your daughter, and that's just not on a relationship where I'm entangled in anyone's life. I'm 3 years. I don't think he necessarily wants to see me. He's probably in a new relationship. He doesn't say. Okay. Yeah, it happens. He might have found somebody. It happens in life. Your oldest daughter is. Oh, you have other daughters also. That's good. You have two daughters or three daughters, then you are matriarchy basically. So you have nothing to worry about. You can have as many boyfriends as you like. It doesn't matter. I think modern life, and especially Americans, hold conjugal relationship as a very some kind of super thing. It's not so. The only relationships that matter in life are relationships of near and dear, the ones that run through bloodlines of a mother and a child. That's the only relationships that matter, I believe. Conjugal relationships are superficial relationships, they come and go. She's working on her master's PhD. Yeah, you told me earlier also. Sociology. 13-year-old is getting high honors. I just really want them to do well in life. Well, they will do well. You're such a sensible person. You're a good parent, I believe, and I do believe they'll do good. I don't want to bring random men into their lives. Okay, that's true, but it will happen, right? They're young and they might get attracted to men, and it will be happening. Just keep them strong enough so that they'll be able to handle all kinds of men that come into their lives. And you can teach them about matriarchy also. Ask them to read up, especially your daughter who is doing her sociology. She must be knowing something about matriarchal societies throughout the world, how matriarchy survived, where all it's there. You can tell her about matriarchy. She will be able to look it up and explain. She'll be. I think that's how, and she would be able to manage her life well. I believe somebody who wants to do sociology and become a sociology professor will be able to handle her life well. I believe that's what I think. Yes. You don't have to bring men into their lives. Long term relationships are simply not necessary, I believe. That's what I believe. I'll tell you something about matriarchy lives in Kerala. There is this state called Kerala in India, you know, where they have something called visiting husbands. She wants to make sure she can support herself so she can be with a man she wants, not a man she needs because she can't support herself. Yeah, that's good. That's good. With somebody whom you want and not somebody who would support you. That's true. That's true. So, sociology, I'm reading, I used to read some sociology books like old school sociology. I don't know what kind of modern sociology is up there in the United States, but I belong to the old school sociology. Durkheim, Emily Durkheim, and Max Weber, and what other sociologists do I know? Louis Dumont, this old school sociology. So I have not much idea about the modern sociology. So the sociology that I know is old school, really, really old school. That's like early 20th century and late 19th century sociology, basically. And because in modern times, people are really not much interested in matriarchy, also. So there's only very few studies about matriarchy. In that sense, probably sociologists might not be having much of an idea about matriarchy. Yes. You are helping people, you are helping children and adults with special needs. So you have a huge community, and people with special needs are the purest hearts, I believe. I also worked with people, children with special needs for some time. In our area also there used to be a kid, small boy, and so long he passed away some time back. So until he was there, I was going and working with him, chatting with him, trying to be of support to his mother, all those kind of things. Good. Kindly do that. Ask her what she thinks about matriarchy, what information she can give you about matriarchy. Yes, working with people of special needs. Yes, it brings so much joy. Okay. Friend had sent a message. Okay, I think I'm drowsing into sleep, Heidi. I'm very sorry to say that. It's actually, I was If you remember, my friend was asking me why I was awake so late. It's early morning, 5 o'clock in India, and I haven't slept through the night, so I'm feeling quite sleepy and drowsy. I'm sorry about it, but if you would give me permission, I'll close this video. I'll close this chat live right now. Heidi, there? Are you there? Heidi, are you there? If you're there, I'd like to, because I'm feeling really drowsy and almost it looks like I'm sometimes drifting off to sleep, I guess, I guess, while talking to you. Yes, thank you. Kindly do some research and good night, sweet dreams. Thank you. And you're, of course, it's also getting dark for you, I guess. Your night will be coming up in few hours and you'll be going to sleep, I believe. So we'll catch up in next live. And if it's okay for you, you can mail me on matriarchymohan@gmail.com. The same spelling. What spelling is there in the channel name or channel handle? The same spelling is the mail ID. So you can mail me and I'll send you a link whenever I'm on live. I just inform you through mail. Thank you, Heidi. See you. Bye. And I'm closing this live here. I'm absolutely sleepy and drowsy. So thank you guys. Thank you, Potter fam, who is 8 years old and came on live. And thank you to Redemption, who also subscribed. And thank you to Whitney Abrina. And thank you to Unicorn Dreams. And thank you to some other people who came on live whom I have really forgotten. There is this guy, Punjabi guy Ravinder, who came on live some time back. Thank you.